Welcome to our UKIP Mid-Norfolk website. I'm Anna Cook. I'm your prospective parliamentary candidate for the May 2015 election. Today is the 10th of October. Today, we, UKIP, made history. We got a massive 60% for Douglas Carswell in the south, and in the north, in the absolute Labour heartland, we missed out by just 600 votes. Now, that turns that tired old Tory mantra on its head. Because if Grant Shapps and others had not consistently wagged their fingers at the Tory electorate, telling them they dare not vote UKIP because if they did, they would let in Labour, if they had not done that, then some more Tories would almost certainly have voted for UKIP instead in the north, and we would have taken a seat away from Labour. What a coup that would have been. But 600 votes is nothing. In the next election, we can well do it. The truth is, a vote for UKIP gets UKIP. A vote for UKIP will give real people a chance to get rid of career politicians once and for all. In County Hall, a vote for UKIP got UKIP, and just 13 UKIP county councillors have rid Norfolk County Council of the hated Tory-imposed cabinet system, where just 8 people had control of a budget of annually of 1.4 billion. That's too much to be in the hands of just 8 people. None of the others had a say. Now we have open committee systems, where UKIP control 40% of what goes on. How did that happen? Well, they approached the Tories and offered to do a deal with them. The Tories declined. So UKIP made an alliance, not a coalition, with other parties, and where common ground can be found, that alliance has been able to rid Norfolk County Council of the cabinet system and put in 4 open committee systems, 2 of which are led by UKIP and 1 has a deputy UKIP leader. That's how it works. Vote UKIP, get UKIP. The Tory government has not made a great success of its time so far, and it has little time left. In Norfolk, George Freeman and others have been complicit by doing nothing in the demise of this country. They have allowed quangos to flourish. They have allowed our coastline to be covered in unworkable and ridiculous windmills. They have allowed massive development on a huge scale without proper infrastructure to go with it across our beautiful Norfolk countryside. And in the bigger picture, by their deafening silence, they have been complicit in all these Tory failures. They have slashed the armed forces. They have allowed quangos to flourish. They have increased foreign aid to a massive £33 million a day. That's a disgrace, particularly as it goes out to people like Mugabe and to countries like North Korea and even Argentina. Meanwhile, at home, we have food banks. This is intolerable. We also target the disabled or the elderly because they are an easy target. And we frighten them by asking them to fill out more and more forms in order to gain their benefits. This shouldn't happen. David Cameron has promised a referendum. I do not believe it. None of UKIP believes it. Because he has been complicit absolutely in denying this country a referendum for 4.5 years. He's now talking about maybe in 2017. No one believes you, Dave. Do it now, if you really mean it. He also says that he's going to renegotiate. We know that this is not possible. Under the Lisbon Treaty, renegotiation simply isn't on the agenda, and it will take 26 other countries to agree with him in order to get it. No, the only way is to revoke the 1972 Act and revert to free trade, which is all this country ever voted for. David Cameron has proved himself unworthy to be Prime Minister of this country. He promised us a referendum prior to the last election. Yet in 2011 he openly stated that he, David Cameron, would not be giving a referendum. And in fact, later that year he put in a 3-line whip to stop any debate on referendum. Fortunately, some brave backbenchers disagreed with him. Unfortunately, George Freeman wasn't one of them. Furthermore, George Freeman has been complicit by his deafening silence in some of the appalling things that the Tories have done. For example, slashing the armed forces, allowing quangos to flourish, covering our beautiful countryside with massive housing development with no infrastructure to go with them, in covering our beautiful coastline with unworkable windmills. Furthermore, David Cameron has lied again to the British people. He keeps assuring us that he has cut the amount of money that goes out to Europe. In fact, it has increased by £700 million. Our national debt, which stood at 700 billion under Labour, is now 1.3 trillion pounds. And yet they dare to claim that they've done a good job with the economy. They've doubled the national debt. We must change British politics forever and allow real people from the real world to bring their expertise to Parliament instead of allowing career politicians to flourish. Vote UKIP, get UKIP, and give us a chance to put our backbone into this country and to serve you.